Solving quadratic equations by factoring. So here we have 8x times x minus 4 is equal to x plus 35. Directly when you see this, we will not have a clear idea how to go from here. But if you take a minute and try to bring it into this standard form, write in the standard form, then afterwards other steps will just follow up, like finding the factors and then making use of your zero product property, getting two linear equations and solving them to get the value of x. Okay, so this is the given expression. In fact, I can say equation, and it is nowhere in the standard form like ax square plus bx plus c. So in our first step, let us simplify this. Let us make use of our known properties and bring it into this standard form. Okay, right? First, let me use distributive property to multiply. What is this? 8x times x. 8x times x gives you 8x square. Okay, I'll write down 8x square minus 8x times 4, that is 8 times 4 is 32, x 8 times 4 32, and x is there, I wrote x. It's like this: 8x times negative 4, that is negative 32x, and on the right hand side I just bring down that x and 35, that's x plus 35. Now as you see a 0 on the right hand side, that is I have to get rid of this x plus 35 from the right hand side. We will do one at a time. So first I'll take off x, subtract x on the right hand side, so I have to subtract the same x on the left hand side. Then bring down this 8x square, 8x square minus 32x and minus x. Minus x means it is 1x. There are 32 x's, 32x with a negative 32 and negative 1, and when I add those two gives you negative 33x. Please remember, negative 32x minus x. Minus x means minus 1x. So 32 plus 1 is 33. They both have the negative signs. That's why I wrote a negative sign there. It's a minus 33. Plus x minus x gone, and bring down that 35. 35 is brought down. Further, I have to take away 35 from the right hand side. Therefore, subtract 35 on the right hand side. There also I will subtract 35 from the left hand side. Bringing down this 8x square again. 8x square minus 33x minus 35. Because those two are unlike terms, I cannot put them together. You can just have to bring them down. Minus 33x minus 35. Even though I wrote the one below the other, you cannot add or subtract. They are unlike terms. So just bring down 33x and minus 35. Cancel off, and right hand side is 0. Now you have your standard form. It is exactly like this, right? Ax square plus bx plus c, and there you have 8x square minus 33x minus 35. The given expression, this expression is changed into that quadratic form. Okay, all right. Now this a, the value of a is how much? A is equal to 8, ax square, that is a is 8, comma b is a negative 33. Next, your c is negative 35. Now, what is in the process of factorization, while finding factors, we know that we have to multiply a with c. Now, a times c is equal to 8 times negative 35. What is 8 times negative 35? It is negative 280. Let me check. Alright, clear off. Got it here. 8 times negative 35, that's 280. Yes. Okay, negative 280. Now this negative 280 is the product. We have this product and product of two numbers, in fact, and those two numbers on adding I should get negative 33. We know that thing, right? Let me get it here. I'm looking for two numbers, right, whose product is negative 280 and the sum is negative 33. So negative 33 goes here as the sum of the two numbers and the product negative 280. So this product of negative 280 is telling me that one of these two numbers is positive and other is negative, because positive times negative is a negative, and also the sum of the two numbers, that is negative 33, is telling me that the bigger number will have a negative sign. Okay, so now let us look for two numbers whose product is 280 and the sum of those two numbers is 33. Okay, so what are those? Let us try. Here, this is the most important step of finding the factors. We have to be really careful and get those numbers. Now, 280 is a big number, and already you know that 280 is obtained by 8 and negative 35. But adding those two numbers, 8 plus negative 35 gives you negative 27. Let me show you. 8 plus negative 35 gives you negative 27. So it's of no use. You can't use these two numbers. And likewise, you have to go on trying factors like 280. You can get these factors like 280. 10 divides 28 times, right? 10 times 28 is 280. 10 plus 28 or 10 minus 28, it won't work here. Likewise, whatever goes, you can just use your calculator and get the factors. You can even start off from the smallest number, like start with the 2, then 4, 5, etc. Now, likewise, after continuous trying by trial and error method, we came up with the two numbers like 28. You know, this 28 is what? 28 factors are 7 times 4. You know that 7 times 4 is 28. In the same way, 7 times 40 is 280, right? If 7 times 4 is 28, 7 times 4 is 280, and 7 plus negative 40 gives you negative 33, right? And here also, now if I put 7 times negative 40 is negative 280. So you got your numbers. One number, the bigger number is 7. I'll write first 7 and then negative 40. Check. 7 plus negative 40 gives you negative 33. And 7 times negative 40 is negative 280. So these are the two numbers. That negative 33 can be rewritten as 7 minus 40 in that expression. Okay. So like I said, please double check those numbers. Make sure that these two conditions are satisfied, adding the two numbers gives you this sum. That is the sum. Multiplication, the product goes here, right? Okay, let me write up here now. This 8x square, same 8x square plus 7x minus 40x. See, 7x minus 40x is minus 33x. Nothing changed, only we have separated that 33 like this. Minus 35, that is my last term. And on the right hand side, I have 0. Let me have 0 on the right hand side. Now, you can find the factors of this by making use of that box method or that area model, or by using distributive property. We can take out the common factors and then factorize. Okay. So now in this box, I will enter our numbers or the terms 8x square, 8x square plus 7x, that is positive, minus 40x minus 35. Then go for the factors horizontally and vertically. That is, we'll take the common factors from the rows and then from the columns. Okay. So now, what is the greatest common factor between 8x square and 7x? 8 and 7 are by themselves, they are co-primes. There is no common factor. If at all you want, you can write just 1 is the number. X square and x, because of the presence of x square here and there x, I can take out x as a common factor. So from 8x square, only x is taken out. Then you are left with 8 and x. That is 8x, I'll write here. See? Now 1x times 8x is 8x square only. In the same way in 7x, I have to write 1x first because that is the common factor you are taking out. From 7x, as 1x is gone, x and x cancel, so you are left behind with only 7. So 7x is factorized. 7x is factorized as 1x times 7. X times 7 is 7x. Right. So you are done with this row. Now go to the second row. What is the greatest common factor between negative 40 and negative 35? They both have the negative sign. I'll write minus sign here, negative 40 and 35. You see that 5 is the greatest common. So let me take out 5. That is from negative 40x. Negative 5 is taken out. So what is left? Negative, negative gone. 5 can divide 40. 8 times and x. So 8x. Negative 5 times 8x is 40x. That 40x you change as 5 times 8x. In the same way, negative 35 is how much? Negative 5 times 7. 5 times 7 is 35 with a negative sign. So we made sure that the negative 5 is taken out as a common factor. Now go back to the first row. In the first row, in these two boxes, I am seeing that x as a common factor. 1x or just x, I'll write here. So x came out of the first row. Now out of the second row, negative 5 and negative 5 is there. So I'll bring out negative 5. Okay, that's over. Now coming to the, so you are done with the rows. Now go to the column. In this first column, I'm seeing 8x, 8x. So that 8x came out as a common factor. Then in the second column, 7 and 7. So that 7 came out as a common factor. Now double check and see. See, out of 8x square, x came here and 8x. X times 8x, 8x square. This 7x, x times 7, 7x. That's taken care of. This 40, negative 5 times 8, 8x, that is negative 40x. Same way, negative 5 times 7, negative 35. Every term is taken care of, and you ended up getting the two factors of that quadratic equation. Let me write it down. The first one here, I have 8x plus 7, that is the first factor, times x minus 5 is equal to 0. And if you want to write x minus 5 first, that's fine. X minus 5 times 8x plus 7 equal to 0, that's fine. Because of the commutative property of multiplication, if you write this factor first or that first, it doesn't matter. But by default, I just take the top row first. Okay, now we have to solve. Let us solve these two linear equations, because using zero product property. Now I am writing 8x plus 7 is equal to 0, comma, x minus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, so solve the first equation by subtracting 7 on both sides. Take away 7, you are left behind 8x. This is cancelled off, is equal to negative 7, and dividing both sides by 8. Let me divide by 8. 8 and 8 cancelled off. So you have your x is equal to negative 7 over 8. That is one value of x. Now what is the other value of x? Adding 5 to both sides. You cancelled off this. So x is equal to 5. These are the two values of a. So the result is your x is equal to negative 7 over 8, comma, positive 5. And further you can verify these values by going back and substituting in the given equation. In this, our x values, if we substitute on the left hand side and right hand side, that equation will be satisfied, right? See what all we did here. This is the given equation. 8x times x minus 4 is equal to x plus 35. You have written it in the standard form by multiplying and then subtracting the right hand side, and afterwards you followed your regular procedure of finding two numbers whose sum is this negative 33, product 280, and after getting those factors you applied your known area model or the box method and found the two factors of that quadratic equation and then solved for x value. So these are the two x values. So now you please follow the same procedure and try to solve these two equations. These are the two problems I have for you. Please try them. The first one says 2x times 4x plus 3 is equal to x plus 3, and 6x times x plus 2 is equal to negative x plus 15. Please try. Thank you.